What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. Another video that I happened to see just on the as I was going through, because we just did a video on driven basketball. Tricky sent it to us, so this is All Access, Ian Jackson and Lawan Watts. I don't know either of these players, but I do like to see a couple videos per channel. Again, just to get a better idea. And also, I'm so negative all the time. I sound so negative, so I try to watch a couple videos to soften up.
Here's what we're gonna do, especially you at your last day, right? So we got to really build this stuff. Look how many things I wrote down though. 5. That means it's more about like development and concentration than just freaking getting a workout in and getting a burn in. We're gonna, you know how we've been working the ball? What day did we do that? Sunday? That one Sunday, like 2 weeks ago maybe?
Oh yeah.
Like work the ball. So now we're gonna work it with a regular ball and then flip-flop do the same drill with a heavy ball and then back and forth and figure out like how to control the basketball more. We're gonna do a ton of slide away, like rip footwork finishing, because all the pickup stuff we've been watching, catch and shoot. If we can't catch and shoot, what should we do with it close?
Okay, a couple things. I'm not a fan of the heavy ball. I just don't like it. I just don't. Again, it's something to add on top of once you've mastered a bunch of skills. So people that do use it, I'm not saying it's bad. I personally just I don't think you need to use for basketball. You don't need to use a lot of equipment that's not just your basketball, right? Which is, again, this is fine. But the thing I like about all this, he's telling them he's got a plan and he's saying why they're doing things. I think that's more important than what you're doing. Right? Like, how many coaches do we watch where it's like, I honestly, I said this in one of our last videos, but this coach is the dribble coach. So no matter what you need to work on, you're going to come in and work on dribbling. We're all coaches. Not you need to broaden your horizon as a coach and be like, no, I want to be the coach that can give this player what the player needs. This sounds like he's doing that. He's got a plan in place. He's got a reason why he's doing it. Honestly, I think that's 80% of the battle. And I think that's a sign of a good coach, someone who has a reason for doing things. When you have reasons for why you're doing something, then like I'm not the perfect coach, right? No one is. No one's a perfect coach. But if you have a reason why you're doing something, then you can go back to the drawing board if it doesn't work. Then you can improve on it. So that just shows like, oh, as a coach, you're going to keep learning, keep improving. The worst part of coaching, or the worst part of really anything, whenever it comes time to like keep developing a skill, keep developing a talent, is when you get that ceiling, right? When you're scared when you stop learning. I think that's when you become a terrible coach. I think that's when you become a terrible leader, mentor, basketball player, just person in general. Like once you put that ceiling on top and refuse to adapt or grow, that's lights out. So this is very good. So take everything I say with a grain of salt going forward. Anything I point out is just my personal opinion about the drill or whatever he's teaching, but has no indictment on him as a coach, because it's like we just probably have different philosophies on certain things.
Out, rip it, drive it, rip it. Then we're going to do just a ton of catch and shoot shots. Then we're going to work on forceful footwork, like shooting off the move and off of movement, because we got to shoot, catch and shoot off of movement, rip drive off a catch, and then rip drive off of movement as well, right? So right here, regular ball.
And it also, the way he's talking, it sounds like all of these things are things that he's coached a lot before. So that's another thing. You're not going to step out there and be perfect. And a lot of you have sent me comments saying like, and he did this dribble warm up last time too. A lot of you guys are sending me comments saying like, hey, can you rate my coaching session? Or I'm scared to put out a video, or I'm scared to do this because I don't want you to think it's bad. And it's like, no, this is just like playing, right? Like if I'm coaching you as a player, I'm always going to point out some things you can get better at. And then I'll also point out some things that you do really well and reinforce those. So same thing as a coach, like we're never going to have a perfect session, me included. I would go back and watch my sessions, or I would go back and I would ask an assistant coach, like, hey, how do you feel about this drill? What do you think about this? Constantly, like, how can I get better? How did I deliver that? Did you understand what I was saying? Constantly asking the players, especially like the team captains, team leaders, but also having like coaching mentors. I had a few coaching mentors. I could always just ask, like, hey, what do you think about this? Or I'm thinking about putting this in, or hey, can you come watch me coach this, this concept? This is the first time I'm coaching, flow. Can you watch me coach this and give me some pointers? So the same thing, like, don't be scared to put yourself out there. Again, just have a reason why you're doing it. And then you can bounce feedback off later on. So
So like we are building.
And the only reason I kept that on mute, like we already saw this last time, that's kind of his dribbling drill for his warm up. I have one that I do most of the time.
The dribble, how do we start?
Oh, dribble.
We're not.
And it sounds like his dribbling drill, his warm up, leads into a lot of concepts that he teaches later on. I don't agree with some of those concepts. We saw it in the last video because he's more focused on the dribble. I'm more focused on the footwork. And my concepts when I'm teaching dribbling, I don't teach a move, or I don't teach how to like forcefully dribble or whatever. I like to teach coordination. I like to build up your coordination. So 2-ball dribbling, same time, different heights, different 2-ball sort of stuff. So that way, whatever move you want to do, you have the coordination to do whatever move. Does that make sense? So our coaching philosophy foundationally is just different. Neither one is right.
We're right here off the bounce, as fast as you could go up, right? Up, like you're gonna go score, stop. Hit him, strike, we stop, then we throw a strike. Now, he doesn't have to drive it at you. We're just gonna slide twice. 1, 2, what are we ready to do right here? Shoot. We're not gonna do that though. We're gonna work rip finishing. So we're just down, load up, hard.
Yes, so this is interesting. Yeah, I do think he has it sounds like he has a full curriculum for like why he teaches it something this way, how you do this, how it builds on to the next thing, how it builds on to the next. I disagree. Like my philosophy on a lot of these teaching points, like I'm boiling inside because I teach this so differently. And only because like, and I don't know his background, but I just remember a lot of points of like, as being a scorer, there's a reason I teach things like a specific way so that this will work for your worst player and it's going to work for your best player. Whereas a lot of these things, like a lot of, and again, they're 2 weeks in, it sounds like what he's saying. So he might've gone over all this stuff early on. But a lot of times, so what I'm pointing out is even this is just like, go as fast as you can and then stop and then slide twice. To me, I'm a lot more specific with like, we're going to start at half court. We're going to take one dribble and one-handed pass. Like I'm very specific in like the movement of what we're trying to do. This is where we're different, which is again, okay.
Hit at you. We're just going to slide twice. 1.
But this is a very real movement that you'll get in a game. So he's giving you very real tools to use.
Load up, hard rip, Ian. How do we got to drive it? Go, get warm.
And he's asking how they drive it. So again, he must have covered this earlier. So I'm interested to see how they drive.
Pass, good.
And this is the only reason I was talking about. I'm very specific with what I do. I just don't know if you ever do this in a game.
And how do we got to drive?
This right here, full speed, 2 dribbles in place and then pass. So I just preach like kick ahead, like, right. We're always trying to do a kick ahead, or we're getting to that 3-point line. We're shooting, we're getting that 3-point line. We're going. So again, it's kind of like a drill. But like, don't do what you would do in a game, but like we're doing it for the sake of the drill. That's kind of a more old school thing. I think you can take out like for the sake of drill things and just make it a game like. But again, I'm being so pedantic this morning. Sorry guys.
That's good. Slide, rip by me. Perfect. Stay straight.
One dribble, onside step, straight to the basket. So watch this. So he wasn't ready to go, which is good.
Come on.
That he pointed it out, but watch the onside step. So he's going, this is like a stampede catch, like catch it on the run kind of thing, right? Onside step, one dribble all the way to the backboard. Now this is why I was being so pedantic and why I was pointing out your concepts should lead from the foundation all the way to the top, right? When we were watching that last video of his and they were doing their dribble moves and they were attacking, what was all their footwork? Remember, it was all different. So sometimes it was a negative step. Sometimes it was a crossover step. The footwork was all over the place. So one thing I think he could emphasize better is the same footwork you have on this catch, you ideally want to have on your dribble too. Like that onside step right there. That's perfect. That's efficiently, you can get to the backboard. Look, they're outside the NBA 3-point line. One dribble all the way to the backboard. If you do a crossover step from here, you likely have to take 2 dribbles. So again, he's just really teaching efficiency here. But then off the dribble, you should still have that same footwork, ideally, right? Because then it's still one dribble to the basket.
Finish on this one. Slide. Not bad. Good. Hey, inside hand finish. 2 dribbles inside hand. Come on.
And so a lot of you are asking, what if I catch it and my pivot foot, this is a really good video to point this out. It's like, what if my pivot foot is my opposite foot. That's why I always crossover step. And it's like, no, but this player is kind of, and we saw this in another video we were looking at. It was Coach Fricky's video, but he's anticipating what he's doing and he's reading the defense in just a split second. And that's what's getting his footwork. Like, see how both feet are in the air. He can use either foot as his pivot. So he can land in a stampede going to the right, so he could go onside step with his right foot, one dribble all the way to the backboard, or he can stampede and go to the left like he actually does. So it's just a split second read, right? And so it's like he knows before what he's doing. And obviously, because this is a drill that's like, it's pre-set up, so he knows he's going left the whole time. But this is how you train it. You train it to get confident going one direction really well. You train it going the other direction really well. And then you can throw some variance in there and be like, okay, mix it up. Sometimes go right, sometimes go left. And then you get some live play to where they have to actually make the read against a defender. And then they just have to kind of react and whatever happens, happens. So this is good.
Not bad. Hand finish. 2 dribbles inside hand. Come on.
Okay, giving them 2 dribbles now. Mix it up.
Stop. Good. Softer on your feet. Rip. Way to work your driving line. Now get your hips down, Ian. Now get your hips down, Ian. Good.
I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. So I'm just trying to think. Sorry. I'm not sure why I emphasize the 2 dribbles.
Now get your hips down.
Again, to me, if you get there efficiently, like 1 dribble is good enough. 2 dribbles, the second dribble to me typically is to deal with the help defender. So just doing a second dribble to do it, I'm like, I don't know why like you need to emphasize teaching it. Like players are just going to do this regardless. Like probably something you don't need to practice, but trying to get them to do something with that second dribble. So boom, overhand pickup maybe. So maybe you're going over the help side, underhand pickup. You can jump stop off of it. You can Euro off of it. So I think with that second dribble, I typically like to emphasize like that second dribble is to make a second move.
Good job. Not bad. So that was all 4 finishes, right?
Yeah.
Or 3, I'm sorry.
I'd be interested in understanding why.
What can we do better now? Talk to me. What can we do better in this? No.
I really like this. Asking players like what they can do better, what they thought about it, Joe. Excellent.
Drive in a straight line. If we stay toed up to that 3-point line and play the precision like we're ready to what? Shoot the ball, okay? Drive in a straight line. What else can we do a little bit better? What?
Rip that bit hard.
How about rip harder, bounce and run through that thing like a monster, right? So first one we grab with both hands, we score. Next one, Steve Nash. Next one in.
One thing you can do to make the players go harder on this, like, because really these guys are pretty athletic, and the only way you can kind of tell if they're going hard is be like, go dunk it every time maybe. But one thing you can do, instead of just having them shoot a normal layup, you can say it's got to be a reverse layup. So not switching hands, but just instead of shooting a left-hand layup on this side of the basket, you got to get to the other side of the basket and shoot it. It just makes them go a little bit harder because they've got more space, more room to cover. It's a little hack that you can take.
Get a good stop. And right off, like your last dribble with this stop should be like we're ready to shoot.
Okay, he's emphasizing that a little bit more. So that's my thoughts, because that's something you can really do in a game. Let's sprint to that 3-point line, and whatever your footwork is that you're working on those players with, maybe it's a 1-2. Let's work on our 1-2 stop, or let's work on getting into a jump stop and kicking. Like, get them prepared to shoot however it is they would shoot, because what will happen in a game is those habits and those drills that you've been doing, they'll accidentally kick in without you thinking. So you'll sprint to that 3-point line like you're going to shoot it, and maybe everyone backs up and you're like, oh, I can actually shoot this. Or you'll get to that 3-point line like you're going to shoot it, and the defense thinks you're going to shoot it, so they sprint at you and you're like, oh, I could go by him to the basket. So you just kind of reinforce habits. Again, it's just it's an extra thing. It doesn't make this drill bad.
That's it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Go ahead. Throw it. Stop and throw it. Go. Go. Same finish. Regular finish. Go. Nice. Good. Figure it out. Come on. Way to go hard. Nice.
Another teaching point I like to take away from players is, especially at this level, like keep the ball on the outside. So one thing you can do is just go one-hand pickup. So just say one-hand pickup, can't touch the ball with your right hand here. So he would just bounce, and then underhand pickup, you can go boom, overhand pickup, you can cup it, you can do other things. But I would be telling guys at this level, you can't bring that ball back across your body. This right here, Like this pickup is good because the defense is going to be riding your hip all the way to the basket. And then as soon as you do that, that's where the steal comes in, right? So that's a habit that's really hard to break. High school kids once you get to college is when you start realizing like, oh, I've been doing that my whole life and I never noticed, because in college they'll just take it away from you.
Hey, hold on, this is good. And this is why I love how you guys freaking train. And again, I know they're filming whatever, it doesn't matter. How many mistakes have you made today? A few, or a lot?
With the handle a lot, yeah.
No, a lot. How many mistakes have you started making? A lot. Good. That's why you're going to be good in the Big 12. That's why you're going to be good. Why did you just slip? Because of the court or because you're going so freaking hard? Why'd you smoke the layup? Because of the court or because you're going so hard? Go hard again. Both of us, same one. Now we're working. Dribble it. Nice. Slide. Go. Hey, there we go. Rip. Load.
But this little like stampede catch, man, it's such a cheat code. Like if you can learn how to do this in high school, and if you're a coach and you can teach, if you can do a drill like this with every single player on your team where it's just continuous, you can do 5 on one end, 5 on the other, 6 on 6, whatever you have. And you can get a continuous drill going where it's like pass it to a stampede catch, to a layup, and they throw it to the passing line. And it's like continuously going. And then you can mix it up. You can be like stampede to the right, stampede to the left, catch and shoot, catch and shot fake and drive, catch and jab step and drive. You can do this as like a warm up. You can do this. You can get so many reps in like 10 minutes, and you're reinforcing all these foundations. And every single player, literally every player, post player, point guard, kid that sits on the bench and has asthma, every single player will benefit from this. And I don't mean like these types of workouts for me are so good because this works with the best player, works with the worst player, but it also is like it's 60% of the game. How many times does a player catch the ball in a game? Like you catch the ball with an opportunity to do something. How many times? 40 times, 30 times, 20 times, whatever it is, whatever number that is. The more times you catch it like this, the more opportunity you have to score. The more times you catch it like this, the more opportunity you have to get 2 feet in the key and kick it out. Like, I just think this is so good. this type of concept and this type of training. Notice both of these workouts we've seen of him, none of it has been like teaching a move, right, or teaching like step backs. He's almost similar to the guard whisper a little bit, the concepts wise. I like him.
Execution.
Yeah, it would drop.
It dropped. Yep. So, and that's okay. We're just not good enough at it. Slow down a little bit and get the crap right. Like slow down a little bit, get it right. Let's go other hand. What did I not have to coach one time to you? They were all strikes. How much better have you guys?
I think the passing could be better. Like emphasize, like that's right, inside hand pass. The only reason I'm always trying to add some layer, but this was a big thing I noticed overseas that they coach really well. They force everyone to different types of passes. So one thing that we were doing with the Australian under 18 national kids, it's like you get to hear it's an outside hand pass. Almost every single one of those kids got to a point by the time they were under 18s where if they're throwing it to the left, they're using their left hand. If they're throwing it to the right, they're using their right hand. They're constantly keeping the ball outside their frames just because the defense in FIBA, those levels at a high level is like hand in your, they've got a forearm in your chest, and they've always got a dig hand kind of in the passing lane. So if you're not throwing it with your outside hand, a lot of tipped passes and things like that. But that's why you watch Serbia, watch France, go watch a lot of those, Spain. Go watch a lot of those overseas like countries play, and that ball is just swinging. It's just because they're so used to like catch outside, they're able to swing the ball without like people getting hands in the passing lanes. It's such a bad thing here in America. We just don't emphasize enough. That's the only reason I pointed that out.
Other side. Good. Sharp. Go.
Crossover step.
No, guys, we got to get this right here. Snap it, Jackson. Maybe get a little bit closer. But look, we're 1, 2, catch, load, right? After that load, what do we get now? What else do you get after the load? A bounce. And then after the bounce, what do you get? Steps. Get your.
So again, that was a crossover step. I wonder if he's
to the rim. Go. Snap. Load. Back.
Crossover step.
No, because you load. What do you load, and then what do you get?
1 pound.
A bounce, and then what do you get? What did you do?
2 bounce.
Come on, you bounce right.
I think he could just fix it. He's just going with the crossover step is the problem. He needs to go onside step.
Play off the catch, slide, load.
Crossover step again.
Bad, you're still bouncing it early. Watch Lawan.
But see, so he's noticing the bounce, but it's the footwork
Same one,
that's
Lawan.
causing him to do that.
You're bouncing too early, Ian. Look, load.
Onside step, right?
Same.
It's the footwork. This is what I mean. My brain is just, it's overly pedantic, but it's good for certain things. So he's catching, and look how much space he's able to cover off this stampede. So really, he is doing his negative step and his dig step, and he's loading up and going before he's taking a dribble. His first dribble is inside the three-point line. This kid's first dribble is outside the three-point line. So again, you can still get there in one bounce, but remember what I talked about, like the way that crossover step, if there's any physicality here, hand on your hip, for example, it's going to push you your shoulders towards the sideline. Whereas when you go with the onside step, even if you have a hand on your hip, you can release this shoulder and just like keep your shoulders still going to the basket. This video is a really good video to show some of the concepts that we teach. And it's even better that we're showing it from a different coach with different philosophies, because it just shows how they line up. Yeah, onside step. I wonder if he realizes it's the footwork, because he wasn't picking out the footwork when they were doing the dribble pull-ups the other day either.
Job. Side. Go.
Still mainly crossover step. This kid is just athletic, so he's still able to get there in one dribble. But once there's contact there, this isn't going to work.
Come on.
It'll work if
Easy as that. Free throws. You know what I love though? That I didn't have to coach, really? Your guys' efforts there.
So he's saying that one was good when the others were bad, but I mean, it was the same thing. So I do think the footwork could be cleaned up.
Which is there. You made you're freaking great college players, gonna be some of the best players in the country, right? You didn't pout, you didn't flint. How much easier was it for you? So then we're back. Beat him, get through. So then we're back. Beat him.
I was trying to see what he stepped with, but it's hard to tell because it was halfway through.
Ab, full back. Lawan, I want you to go first, actually. I want to see if you can move here. So 2 slides. On the catch, what are we doing? Loading. Jab.
So you have to go with an onside step on this one because you're jabbing.
Then back.
Yeah, if you can't. So this is what I mean. Your foundations have to layer on top of each other. It'd be interesting to see what this kid does right here, because he was on this right side. He likes to go with the crossover step. So let's see if he can fix it now. But again, these are 2 completely different moves for him now, when really it should just be another option. And again, because you're reading all these things in real time, you want to be able to do everything. You want to have all your options available. If you sometimes drive with a crossover step, sometimes drive with the onside step, sometimes drive, then it's more variables that you're having to figure out on the fly. Can you be successful with doing a bunch of different? Yeah, of course. And every player should learn them all. But again, if we're being pedantic and we're trying to layer moves and we're trying to rep them out and trying to be efficient, you want to be in control of as many of those variables as you can.
Here we go. Slides. Come on. Good. Go.
Again, if you're the reason I point that out, if you're getting, like we said earlier, let's say you're getting 20 catches. No, let's make it smaller so the numbers, the percentages equal out. If you're getting 10 catches a game as a player, and there's a lot of players that you're only going to get 10 catches a game. I know it seems crazy, but again, we did that stat with Jokic in a 48-minute game. He gets the most touches in the NBA, but he only has the ball in his hands for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. That's crazy to think about. So if you're not Jokic, you're probably having that ball in your hands for a minute or less, unless you're just like the star player on the team. You might get 10 catches. On those 10 catches, if you can control 8 of them, and 8 of them are the way that you want to drive and they're at the speed you want to go, and you have as many options available to you that you've practiced and repped out, you have a higher percentage of success. So the 2 times that you catch it and you accidentally do a crossover step, you still need to be able to be successful. You still need to be able to do that. You still need to be able to make a play. But it's like, wait, if I can get 8 catches with my onside step, it's the highest percentage shot in basketball, or it's a jab step, or it's like all these other options. I want to get as many of those as possible. If you're a player that doesn't think like that, then it's like, you might get 2 really efficient catches and then 8 where you've got to make something up. Those are the players that don't typically average a lot of points.
Way to get there.
But maybe you have a game where you have 30 and then you have a game where you have 2.
Back, go.
Ooh,
Way to get there.
He can do it.
I know you could dunk the ball. I want finish. Back, go.
But still having to take 2 dribbles. He said, I know you can dunk the ball, but I want finishes. Man, go dunk it.
Wow. Stay here. Ian Jackson, I want you to go first this time. Slide, slide. Jab was hard and fast, right? Over is big but powerful.
Yep.
Completely right here. Do you see it? Ball went over what? Shoulders, head. Yep, we're here, this way. Then we rip it, boom, bounce. We could go same foot, Steve Nash, however you want. You got me? Go! Over, beat him! Quick, great same.
Yeah, he's really big on the 2 dribbles.
Come on, over.
I still think if you can get there in 1 dribble from here, the reason I like emphasizing 1 dribble is because it means you're pushing off that back leg and you're really getting there, and it's exhausting and it's tiring, but you're building that up so that you're constantly working on your explosion, your first step, you're building that habit, but also like that's the speed you need to go in a game. Again, the second dribble is to deal with the help, to do something else.
Ball didn't go above your head though, right? And chest is okay. Beat him. Yeah. Back. You gotta be ready to shoot though. You're kind of getting over that 3-point line and you're just
I actually think that second dribble gives like a Drew Holiday a chance to make a play. Gives Alex Caruso a chance to make a play.
bit more delay. Not bad. Now, go.
All right. I don't want to dig into, like, you guys can go watch the rest of his video. This is good so far. It's a lot of really good stuff. I like the way he coaches, the coaching style. I like the way he talks with the athletes, and it seems like it's just go, go, go the whole time. It's not a lot of wasted time, wasted movements. It's got a philosophy from top to bottom. He had a reason for doing everything. I think this is very good. I'm probably going to be watching a lot more of his videos. There's a lot of good stuff to get from these. And if you're a skills coach and individuals coach, these are the type of workouts you need to be doing. These are all realistic. These are realistic things, right? These are realistic. Like, how many times are you going to catch the ball in this scenario in a game? A ton. How many times are you going to bring the ball up and then start going between all these extra moves? Once or twice, maybe. But how many times are you going to be doing this? This is going to happen a lot. So this is very good. I like his stuff. Driven Basketball. Go like, go subscribe, go support. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys in the next video.